Welcome to Freedomfully, where we explore living fully and aging gracefully.
Hello, wonderful souls, and welcome back to Freedomfully. I'm so delighted you're here with me today. You know, one of the most common questions I receive from new retirees is, now what? I have all this time, but I don't know how to fill it meaningfully. If you're feeling this way, please know that you're not alone. After decades of structured days filled with work obligations, the freedom of retirement can feel both exciting and overwhelming. Today, we're going to explore 5 mindful hobbies that can bring genuine joy, purpose, and fulfillment to your retirement years. These aren't just ways to pass time. They're practices that can enrich your life, connect you with others, and help you discover new aspects of yourself. The key word here is mindful. These are activities that invite you to be fully present, to engage your senses, and to find flow and satisfaction in the process itself. Let's start with gardening, not just as a way to grow plants, but as a practice of patience, nurturing, and connection with natural cycles. Gardening is inherently mindful because it requires you to pay attention to subtle changes, to be present with living things, and to work with rather than against natural processes. What makes gardening so perfect for retirement is that it can be adapted to any physical ability or living situation. You might have a large backyard garden, a few containers on a balcony, or even an indoor herb garden on a windowsill. The scale doesn't matter. What matters is the daily practice of caring for something living and watching it respond to your attention. Gardening also provides what psychologists call grounding, literal connection with the earth that can reduce stress and anxiety. There's something deeply satisfying about having soil under your fingernails and watching seeds transform into food or flowers through your care. The second mindful hobby I want to share is cooking. Not just preparing meals, but exploring cooking as a creative and meditative practice. In retirement, you finally have time to cook without rushing, to experiment with new ingredients, and to savor the entire process from preparation to enjoyment. Mindful cooking engages all your senses. You hear the sizzle of onions in the pan, smell the herbs as you chop them, feel the texture of dough as you knead it, see the colors change as vegetables roast, and finally taste the finished dish. It's a complete sensory experience that naturally brings you into the present moment. Cooking can also be a way to connect with your heritage, explore other cultures, or create new traditions. Maybe you finally have time to learn your grandmother's recipe, or to master a cuisine you've always been curious about, or to develop your own signature dishes. The third hobby is what I call contemplative crafting. Any hands-on creative activity that allows you to enter a flow state while creating something beautiful or useful. This might be knitting, woodworking, pottery, quilting, jewelry making, or any craft that appeals to you. What makes crafting mindful is the repetitive, rhythmic nature of many craft activities. The steady motion of knitting needles, the smooth action of sanding wood, the centering process of working with clay. These activities can be deeply meditative and calming. Crafting also provides tangible results. You create something that didn't exist before, something that carries your time, attention, and care. Whether it's a scarf for a grandchild, a wooden box for keepsakes, or a ceramic bowl for your kitchen, handmade items carry special meaning. The fourth mindful hobby is nature observation, developing a practice of really seeing and appreciating the natural world around you. This might involve birdwatching, photography, sketching, or simply spending time outdoors with focused attention. Nature observation teaches patience and presence. Birds don't perform on schedule. Flowers bloom in their own time, and weather creates its own patterns. Learning to observe nature mindfully means learning to slow down and appreciate subtle changes and small miracles. This hobby also connects you with something larger than yourself. Whether you're watching the migration patterns of birds, tracking the phases of the moon, or simply noticing how light changes throughout the day, you become part of the larger rhythms of the natural world. The fifth mindful hobby is what I call learning for joy. Pursuing knowledge or skills purely for the pleasure of learning, without any external pressure or goal. This might be learning a new language, studying history, exploring philosophy, or diving deep into any subject that fascinates you. What makes learning mindful in retirement is that you can approach it without the stress of grades, deadlines, or career advancement. You're learning purely for the joy of discovery, for the pleasure of understanding something new, for the satisfaction of growth. This type of learning often leads to wonderful conversations and connections with others who share your interests. You might join a book club, attend lectures, or find online communities of people who share your curiosity about your chosen subject. What all 5 of these hobbies have in common is that they invite you to slow down, pay attention, and find satisfaction in the process rather than rushing toward a result. They're antidotes to the hurried, goal-oriented pace of working life. They also provide what researchers call eudaimonic well-being, happiness that comes from meaning and personal growth rather than just pleasure. When you're fully engaged in a mindful hobby, you often lose track of time and enter what psychologists call a flow state, a condition of complete absorption and satisfaction. Pause 3. Let me offer some practical guidance for choosing and beginning a mindful hobby. First, pay attention to what naturally draws your interest. What do you find yourself curious about? What activities make you lose track of time? What did you love doing as a child that you might want to revisit? Second, start small and simple. You don't need to invest in expensive equipment or commit to intensive courses right away. Try a beginner's version first and see how it feels. Many libraries offer free classes, and many hobbies can be started with minimal investment. Third, be patient with the learning process. Remember, you're not trying to become an expert or compete with anyone. You're exploring for the joy of it. Allow yourself to be a beginner and enjoy the process of gradual improvement. Fourth, consider the social aspects. Some hobbies are naturally solitary and meditative, while others offer opportunities to connect with fellow enthusiasts. Think about whether you're seeking quiet personal time or social connection, and choose accordingly. Fifth, trust your instincts about what feels nourishing versus what feels like another obligation. The right mindful hobby should energize you rather than drain you, should feel like a gift to yourself rather than another item on the list. Beautiful souls, mindful hobbies aren't just ways to fill time. They're pathways to joy, growth, and deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. They remind us that life isn't just about productivity and achievement. It's also about curiosity, creativity, and the simple pleasure of doing something well. In retirement, you have the precious gift of time to explore what truly brings you alive. You can pursue interests purely for the joy they bring, learn skills just because they fascinate you, and create things simply because the process feeds your soul. Don't underestimate the power of these mindful practices to transform your retirement experience. They can provide structure to your days, purpose to your time, and deep satisfaction to your heart. Thank you for exploring these possibilities with me today. If one of these hobbies called to you, I encourage you to take one small step toward trying it this week. Until next time, keep choosing freedomfully.